Today marks the 39th anniversary of Earth Day. It's a day recognized nationally to promote the protection of our air, water, and lands. In this recessionary economy, environmental protections, however, seem to be taking something of a back seat to the economy. A Gallup poll last month that found that most Americans are more concerned about the economic conditions they're facing than environmental ones. Environment correspondent Ed Rogers joins us now with the latest on how we're celebrating here in the Garden State this day for Mother Earth. Ed?
Jim, there is one large Earth Day land donation to report tonight. State environmental officials say it's an agreement to preserve Petty's Island in the Delaware River. But as it turns out, there are some interesting international political strings attached to this donation. Under the deal, Citgo Oil will turn over Petty's Island to the state after it cleans up contamination at the tanker farm. The company has also entered into a consent agreement and will pay a natural resources damage penalty for environmental violations. The land will be donated to the state's Natural Lands Trust.
I actually signed the conservation easement yesterday. That document went down to the corporate headquarters of Citgo in Houston last night, along with the settlement agreement, the NRD, Natural Resource Damage Settlement Agreement, as well as a cleanup consent order. Those documents will be signed in Houston this morning.
The 400-acre parcel, which is the fourth largest island in the Delaware River and home to a pair of bald eagles, will be turned into a nature preserve.
Citgo, in addition to donating the easement and then ultimately the fee simple interest in the island when the cleanup is done, they're also providing a stewardship endowment of $2 million and an educational and cultural center endowment of $1 million. So we envision long-term there will be a nature center on Petty's Island.
But the story of this donation took a strange turn during the final phases. Sources say an event announcing the donation was scheduled to take place on Petty's Island this afternoon. An emailed invitation from Citgo said company officials, Governor Corzine, and the mayor of Pennsauken were going to attend. But late yesterday, Citgo announced that the event was postponed because of inclement weather and scheduling conflicts. Last night, the company issued a press release announcing the donation. Citgo is Venezuelan-owned, and in the press release, company officials emphasized the leadership of the country's controversial president, Hugo Chavez.
I am sure that since Citgo the chief executive officer ultimately reports to the president of Venezuela in a context of corporate governance, sure you had to sign off on it.
Citgo also took out a full-page ad in today's USA Today newspaper promoting the gift from the Venezuelan Republic. It's unclear whether Hugo Chavez's sudden participation was a factor in Corzine's decision to pull out of the event. A spokesman for Corzine would not directly answer the question, but said only the governor's office confirms his participation in events. As part of that consent order, the cleanup of the island is likely to reach into the millions of dollars. And on this Earth Day, there were a number of activities around the Garden State. Some South Jersey senior citizens believe that all generations can hold the key to green living. The Evergreens Retirement Community hosted an Earth Day event. It provided an opportunity for the residents to learn ways to incorporate eco-friendly practices into daily living. Meanwhile, Trenton students spent the day planting seedlings at a new public school garden. In partnership with the Isles Organization and the Trenton School District, they were learning about the importance of nutritious food, how vegetables grow, and ways to beautify the community. And the Presby Memorial Iris Gardens in Montclair will be preserved and protected from future development. First planted in 1927, the gardens boast over 8,000 individual irises and more than 3,000 varieties. The Essex County Executive and the Governor announced a state and county funding partnership to purchase the property. A citizens committee will continue to tend to the gardens. So, Jim, there are plenty of ways to go green on this Earth Day.
Earth Day in the midst of the green revolution. Thanks, Ed.